Guys, so we have another AMC 12 problem. So this was number 19. So we have ABC triangle. We have two sides are given and a circle with the center A and radius AB intersect BC at the points B and X. And then BX and CX are integer. So what's BC? So when you read the question, it doesn't look like we have something concrete going on, but without really drawing. So which is why I will go ahead and draw a picture and see if that helps. Okay. So let's try. This is my circle. Okay. So the first things I have to be careful that I'm gonna just go ahead and like add all the information into my picture, my circle or graph, whatever, carefully. So AB is given and it says right here a circle. Okay. So with the center A, which means the center of the circle will be one vertex of that triangle. So that is something. So, okay. And let's call this is A. And then the radius will be AB, meaning that AB is 86 will be my radius. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that. So if I don't like my picture after I have first like draft picture, so I can always rechange and redraw and do it a bit differently to make it a bit accurate. Okay, so this is B and this is 86. Okay, and we are told AC is 97. 97 is a bit longer than this 86, which means if you have the another side, that would be outside of the circle. So if I can go this way, come that way, maybe like that. But what else we have? So with the center A, radius AB, intersect BC at the points B. Okay, so B is right here and X. So meaning that when you draw the point C somewhere, let's say I'm gonna have C, I don't know, maybe somewhere. Let's do this right here. So when you have C somewhere, that would be, let's say this is my AC, right? And then B and C, when you connect those, that will intersect the circle at 2 points. One point is B, the other point is X. So this is already B, so that means this point has to be X. So based on that, so far, I guess that looks good, okay? And we already know BX, which is this segment, and CX should be integer. So that is given, so we have to use that. And we already know this is the radius also, so which is 86. And then the whole thing was the 97, so that should be 11. And what is BC? So this whole thing. Okay. So I don't know the CX, but I'm gonna call this is A. And then BX, I'm gonna call this is B. The reason I'm just gonna go this way, because whenever I see a point outside of the circle touching, drawn two different lines that is intersecting with the circle, that just reminds me power of points. So I think this is one of the background we should always remember, power of points. Okay, so what does that mean? So if you never seen this before, I think I did a few other videos about this. So just a quick reminder. So the power of points, there are different cases. One of them is when you have a circle. Okay, so let's try drawing the line. When you have a circle, and then if you take a point outside, let's say this is the line that you can draw from that outside points. And if you draw another line from the same point, so there is a ratio. So that is, I'm gonna call this is P, and this is A, this is B, C, and D. So this PB is secant line, so the line that intersects the circle at 2 points, and then PD as well. So that line intersecting the circle at 2 points A and B, and then PB is also intersecting C and D. So whenever you have a point outside the circle and then drawn to secant line, there is a relation, the difference, the product of the PA, which is the distance between the point to the first intersection of the circle, times the distance between P to the second intersection. So that is PB. This product is the same on the other product as well. So PC times PD. And then this is called power of points, but one of the three situation. This is one of them. So which we're going to use. So which is why I'm going to try using this as well. But in order for me to use this one, if you take C as your point P outside, so there is a first distance as A, the second distance as BC, which is A plus B. But I have only one intersection right here. So if I call this is, I don't know, let's say T, CT, but the other intersection has to be somewhere which wasn't given. So I have to extend my line so I can get that. So let me do that. So if I extend this, it will intersect the circle at some point. So we already know that is something we can find because this is also a radius, right? So which is, we already know radius was 86. So you got 86 right here. So now we can write the power of points. So let's go ahead and do that. So if I take the distance between C to the first intersection, that's A. C to second intersection, which is A plus B. That is equal to the distance between C to the first intersection, which is 11. And then the C to, let's say this is K, CK. And you have 286, right? And then we have 11. So I can just say this is 2 times 86 plus 11. That's the whole distance of CK. That is 11. And if you multiply this and add 11, so that should give us, let's do that. So 280 will be 160, 172, 183. So if you try to see if this is a prime number, so I think let's check that. It's not prime because if you add the digits, so that's actually 3, multiple of 3, so which is divisible by 3. So I can say this is gonna be 11 times 3. And if you divide by 3, so you will get 61. 61 is a prime number. Okay. So, but the product of two things is equal to this product of these three numbers. But we should have some other ideas that we can eliminate a lot of choices, which is right here, which I was actually I highlighted. So the A and B are integer, which means there is not many options. If that was an integer, so you couldn't really get from here, so you should have something else because there could be a lot of ways to get this product if that is A and B are like real numbers, but it's integer, so it's not too many. So if you look at the choices that will work out, so you don't really have much because the only thing we have to take, like A is gonna be one of the these numbers or somehow product of any of these two numbers. I can choose A is 3. If A is 3, and then I can go with, okay, if A is 3, and then I can choose like A plus B from the remaining product. And then if that doesn't work, and I can go with the other one. But at the same time, I have to be careful because A plus B is a side of this triangle. So by the triangle inequality, I will say side BC has to be smaller than the sum of the other two sides, which is 86 plus 86 plus 11. So BC should be smaller than this 183, right? So that's what we got, I guess. No, yeah, actually that's right. So has to be lesser than that. So we can just kind of go ahead and try the choices, the options that we have. So we can just try see is 3 or 11. So when you try those options, only one that is actually working is the 61 and 33. So if you try 33, like if you try 3 and 11 separately for A, and then based on that, you can find A plus B. But let me say this, like if you if you choose A is 3, then A plus B should be 11 times 61, which is gonna be a big number. So like that will be over 600 because 10 times 61 is already 600 and stuff. And that should be smaller than that. So which is why I can't choose 3 for A. If I choose 11, so for A plus B has to be 3 times 61, which is 183. But it has to be smaller than that. So which means A can't be 11 either. So maybe A is the product of these two smaller number because at the same time, the sum has to be larger than the other. So that means 33 might be A. If A is 33, right? And then A plus B has to be this guy. So then you can just say B is gonna be this number minus 33, which looks like 28. And that looks okay. So because it does satisfy all the requirement we have. So A plus B will be 61, which is what we are looking at. And you don't have to go through this process in general if you don't really need it, because because we are given BC as one of the choices. As you see, the product of A times A plus B, BC was A plus B, should be one of the divisor of this product. So if you look at the choices, we have 11, that might be the answer, or 28, but 28, there's no way to get 28 from this product, so you can just cross this. 33 might be because 11 times 3 might be, and 72 doesn't work because there's no way to get that. So you can just cross the sum of the numbers. And if you choose 11, so you could just go through the choices without really kind of doing that. But without knowing this, maybe you couldn't use it. But when you try plug-in options, what are the options? You can use the option choices as well. So you could say that doesn't work either, because if this is 33, that will be a number that will not satisfy one of the requirements. Okay. So anyway, so that was a bit challenging. So I hope I didn't take too long. So that's the answer.